In this video, we're going to work through the second half of the Unit 4 first half review. Let's start with problem number 18. It says find the value of x if RST is congruent to triangle AMT. The measure of angle S is 90, so this guy is 90. And the measure of angle R is 52. The measure of angle MTA is 3x minus 1. Okay, so what I can do is I can figure out what this angle is. If I add 52 and 90, that gives me 142. And if I subtract that from 180, then that gives me 38. This angle right here is 38. I can set 38 equal to 3x minus 1. Add 1 gives me 39 is equal to 3x. And if I divide by 3, that gives me 13. And so it just wants me to find the value of x, so I'm done. Number 19, it says, complete the congruency statement for the following figure. Well, let's look at this figure. I have triangle NMO. So I start with the right angle, then M, then O. Okay, so if I want it to be congruent to another triangle, I need to start with the right angle, L, then O, then M. Okay, so let's work that again. I'm going to start with L, then O, then M, just like I started with N, then M, then O. So my answer, LOM. By number 20, it says, by what theorem or postulate is 19 congruent? Okay, so what I notice here is that I've got right triangles, and they are sharing a side. So by the reflexive property, OM is congruent to OM. And what I see here is that the hypotenuse, which is this guy across from the right angle, and a leg is congruent to the hypotenuse and a leg. And so this one is by hypotenuse leg. Okay, can you make a triangle out of the following lengths? All right, so this is our triangle inequality theorem, and which states that the sum of the smaller sides has to be greater than the third. So is 1 plus 3 greater than 8? No. How about these lengths? Again, I'm going to circle the smaller sides. 6 plus 9, is that greater than 14? Yes. So yes, you can make a triangle. I'm going to put a question mark here, and we can see that that was a no. Number 23, can you make a triangle out of these? Well, let's see. Circle the smaller sides, add those together. Does 14 plus 16, is that greater than 30? No. 30 is not greater than 30. It's equal. Okay, it says answer the multiple choice by choosing and make sure you justify your answers. Question 24, if two sides are 1 and 3, the third may be, well, if these are the two shorter sides, 1 plus 3 is 4. So the third side would have to be less than 4. So let me just make sure. Yep, x is less than 4. Now, what if the 3 was the greater side? Well then, 3 minus 1, I would have to be greater than 2. So the third side either has to be greater than 2 or less than 4. And let's see which answers fall within that range, and that would just be C. At 25, if the lengths of two sides are 5 and 7. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Well, the length of the third side may not be, so now they're changing the rules. Let's go ahead and figure this out. If 5 and 7 are the small sides, then the third one has to be greater than 12. So 12 must be greater than x. Now, if 7 is the longer side, then I would have to be greater than 2. So any side that's between 2 and 12 would work. So which of these is not? May not be. Well, how about 12? Because 12 is equal to 12, and that wouldn't work. The rest of these are going to be between, and that's okay. 26, which set of numbers may represent the lengths of the sides of a triangle? Okay, so the lengths of the two smaller have to be greater. That's not happening in A. The two smaller, okay, B would work because 6 and 6 is greater than 7. C would not work because 4 plus 2 is not greater than 6. And D, let's see, the shorter side, 7 plus 2, is that greater than 8? Yes. So we have two correct answers. And